What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Heel Hookers Podcast, episode 186, and we are back with something. I could say that
the most cursed of cursed cards.
It's definitely a thing. I can say that.
This
barely
was truly an event in UFC history. UFC Apex something was supposed to be Blanchfield versus Barber, and that got canceled right as Macy Barber was about to make the walk to the ring.
It was the perfect way to cap off an already cursed card between canceled fights and injuries and weight misses and all of that.
Just fights not being good in general, too.
It's just one of those things. You gotta laugh at the pain, you know? Like, haha, that's funny, right?
Yeah.
Not what happened, but
yeah.
Because I'm like, wait, let me clarify. I'm not laughing at Macy. Like, that's not
we were definitely not laughing.
God damn it, we just started it. We just started the podcast. Oh my god.
Brilliant.
But yeah. It like in total, like, well, before, like, obviously the main event, you know, was like that got canceled. 5 canceled fights, 3 weight misses, and then we go into the card. Through the first 9 fights, we get 3 finishes, a whole lot of boring fights. Like, it just, and then main event gets canceled. So with that,
I guess we start there.
So
we kind of have to bring it up because it is like a thing. Like it's kind of important to bring it up because, like, it's really the main thing of the night. No, it's like we've had fights that get canceled on night of. We don't know the exact reasons on to why it gets canceled night of. It's usually just they just say medical issues or whatever it may be. This one we kind of have a more clear understanding that, like, she was going to be making her walk and she literally started to have seizures right before her walk. So it is like, you're going to be medically unclear to fight.
Right. With that, I see so many people like talking shit, like, oh no, what are the odds that happens? Like, she was just scared, this, that, and the third. And bro, it's just so messed up. Like, you were not back there. We don't know if it did or did not happen. But if she is being medically uncleared due to something and it comes out as seizures, like, who are you to say that didn't happen? She was going through a lot of medical issues in like the past year that has caused her to pull out of the Rose fight. Like, she had a lot of things going on. She opened up about being in the hospital for 9 days and like feeling like she was on her deathbed and actually thinking like, oh, this might be it, you know? So it's like, with her bad weight cut, being dehydrated, even if she did have anxiety, I can almost like guarantee it's about her health and everything she went through and that just hitting her of like, oh no, and potentially causing a trigger in her brain to make seizures, opposed to her being scared to fight Aaron. Yeah. I do think Aaron was going to win, but it's like, I don't think that Aaron was going to go out there and beat the dog shit out of her. There's nothing to be scared of. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so crazy to use that against somebody. Like, I'm sorry you wanted to see the fight. We all wanted to see the fight, but don't be a piece of shit. Like,
and it's also one of those things too, where it's like, for like one thing, if she was just like making it up and there was nothing, she wouldn't be medically uncleared to fight. That would not be the thing. Like, the commission would not just be like, oh, well, let's protect you and let's like fake this thing and say that
they would be
like
pissed.
Would be on top. Like, he has talked shit and like brought that up about fighters of like, no, they decided they didn't want to fight. They were clear to fight. They didn't want to. He has brought that up on certain fighters for different things, for whatever. The broadcast was fully going into of like, she was medically not able to go into it. So it's like, even if it wasn't like a seizure or whatever, and like that thing was just made up for some reason, like, why would you make that up?
Well, like, maybe she didn't. Maybe it was even just one of those things of Hunter didn't quite know what was going on and just went and gave like Aaron something, and that's just what Aaron heard. Like, you know, it could be a game of telephone. Who fucking knows? But either way, exactly. She was not medically cleared at the time of her walkout.
Yeah, like it's that's a strange thing, and it's like, you know, we like. I feel like the biggest thing about it is that it was the main event, and you don't really see shit like that because it's like it's one of those things of like. Just watching fights going back, I think this was 2020, 2021. I know it was during the COVID era, but I'm pretty sure it was Chaz Skelly. He literally, and because I noticed it right away, and it was super weird, because he was in the red corner of a fight, and he walked to the octagon first.
Yes,
I remember I was like, why did he walk like he's in the red corner? Like, that's weird. And then he's in there warming up, and they're just like, his opponent's unable to fight, like, medically, like, whatever. And so he was just like, what the fuck? And, like, literally in the octagon already, and they had to walk him back out and then go to the next fight. It's like, shit happens. Like, it's like, yeah, it sucks as a fan, but it's like, bro, especially with her missing weight by half a pound the day before, how bad she looked on the scales. Like, you always know that, like, the closer it is to the weight cut, the worse it probably is on them, and the worst chances for, like, something bad to happen, you know? So it's like, yeah.
Right. But then on the flip side, I'm also not taking the Erin slander for anything she said, because she didn't say anything out of pocket and people are acting like she's talking crazy. Like, there was a compilation video that I feel like people are running with her just saying a couple things and kind of ending it with her whole life is a mess and she just needs to get her shit together. And like the amount of people like, oh, that's crazy. Like, you know, I want to see her get hurt now. Like, I'm not fucking with her no more. Just all of these things. It's like, bro, she was ready. They've both had the 5 months. She made weight. I'm sure as a fighter that was ready to walk out and headline an event and you're ready, you're in the mindset to go, that she's going to have a little bit of feelings. And it's like, again, it's not like she said anything crazy. She was just basically saying that if she was on weight and if she did more to make weight, then she probably wouldn't have led to all of these things, that like the butterfly effect of one thing caused a whole lot of issues. You know what I mean? Like, if you locked in more and you prepared more and you didn't miss weight, maybe you wouldn't be as dehydrated. Maybe it wouldn't have caused seizures. Maybe we would have had this fight. She's just expressing her frustrations as the person on the other side of the situation. But she still wished her well, with like hope that she recovers. She's just not interested in fighting her again because of, you know what I mean? Like, obviously this is now 2 main events in a row and this one last minute that Macy's had to pull out of. So I get it. But like, people are acting like she's talking about that bitch didn't have a seizure. She is lying. Da. She's not saying nothing crazy.
Like,
everyone needs to chill.
Yeah, or like saying like, I don't care that she had one or something.
Yeah, you should have walked out and like, no, like she's just expressing her concerns in such a tame manner. Like,
it's amazing we can have like the women's main event not even happen and both women still end up getting slandered on the internet. Isn't that amazing?
Right, like I thought this was like the MMA world's dream or something. Like, oh, a women's main event, like, oh, I should just get canceled. They fucking happened, and now you're mad.
And now you're slandering them anyway. So, yeah, I just wanted to point that out. That's just kind of like
that is really funny. And then even on just the whole side of like just throughout fight week of like Erin expressing her concerns of like, oh yeah, she has had problems and like I'm worried about her making it to the fight, and then to Macy just start talking mad shit towards her and like all these things, and it's like and it's like, yeah, obviously that's not something that Macy could control in that moment, but look who was right. Like, it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, bro, people are fucking human and they got emotions and feelings, and it's like, yeah, they're gonna fucking, especially when you're like, you were literally ready to fight right then and there, and now you're doing interviews. It's like, you're gonna be fucking pissed because it's one of those things where it's like, I don't like, you know,
and they were pushing it too. Like, they kept asking her, but like, no, how do you feel? Like,
and it's like, who knows, like, you know, her conversation with like Hunter in the back and shit, but it's like, she might have not been guaranteed that she's even getting her fucking show money. Right. Who knows if she, like, who knows if she's getting her show money? And then if like, wanting to like, maybe like, I was gonna win this fight, like whatever, you know what I mean? Like, who fucking knows what's going on and shit? Like,
who knows? I do think she deserves to get her show money literally 5 minutes beforehand.
Show money realistically.
Yeah, realistically,
not even if she was gonna win or lose type situation, but the fact that happened to her, it's like, just give her the fucking money, pay the girl. Like, she did all that, and
wrestling rules. Macy didn't show up to the mad fucking default. Aaron Blanchfield wins.
I will say that more than likely, I do feel like they are going to move away from this matchup, though. After this,
I wouldn't be surprised.
And I feel like after this, I wouldn't be surprised if this is going to kind of hurt Macy's career, in the sense that the UFC is really going to put a halt on trying to main event her and give her these big step ups. Like, I just kind of wouldn't be surprised. You know?
I wouldn't. I also wouldn't be shocked if there's like some hard conversation with her, like backstage, because if it's a weight cut thing and all that, it's like, you have to move up type shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, if this is if the weight cut is causing you to have to pull out of these main events, you have to move up.
Well, so the thing is that this was her first weight miss.
Yeah.
And with the health issues that she had going on, like, she did, like I said, like, she opened up a lot about it. there was like at one point she was just on like a whole lot of rounds of IVs and stuff when she was in the hospital that really kind of shut down her system. She ended up with like pneumonia. There was something else that I'm pretty sure is like some type of like autoimmune thing going on, you know?
Gotcha.
So like she might have like an immune system thing going on, but like she talked about how like until they figured out that she had this, she was just really having like a hard time finding like the willingness to push for anything. Like that's why she had to pull out of the Rose fight, was because she was trying to ease into camp and get into it, but she couldn't push herself for a 5-round camp, let alone a 3-round camp. Like she was just really drained, really tired. So like I wonder if, you know, just finally getting the recovery and finally getting things together, if her body's just still a little off and if she just needs more time to figure it out. Like, you know what I mean? Like
that is real, because it's like, especially if it's just like, so like you said, like a fucking like autoimmune disease, you know, so there's something, it's like, I just wonder if like, I just feel like something like that.
I can pull it up just so that I don't have the wrong information.
I got you. But like, it just like, I feel like if she has like just some like real health things going on like that, even if it's like she like does whatever to like start to get better, you know, I just wonder if that's something. It's like,
okay, it's called the Epstein-Barr virus.
Okay. But it's like, if you like, you start cutting weight and doing that, you know what I mean? Like if it's just something that like is gonna flare up and become like a problem, you know what I mean? So it's like that really is just a rough situation where, because even if it's like, okay, like move up a weight class, but it's like,
okay,
I'm sorry,
sorry, because just looking at more of it and it's just like, like that is something that doesn't go away. So like it's considered a virus, but it's like it's something that will be, you know, it could definitely cause issues. It's like the prime cause of like mono and stuff, which we know that's something that I don't know if you guys know, but that's something that can just wreck people's fucking immune systems and just bodies and shit. So like I wonder if this will be a long-term issue then for her.
I mean, like what's the
this like
God.
I was just gonna say, like, because honestly, like that really might just be kind of like an end to her career, honestly, because that's where it's like, with just like, cutting weight, like, bro, we know how devastating and terrible that is for your body. That's going to make everything worse. So it's like, even if it's like, okay, move up to 135, it's not like she can just be like, okay, well, now I'm going to bulk up, so now I just cut weight and fuck myself still. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like,
so she's either going to be undersized at 135 or literally like killing herself at 125.
Yeah. So man, it's one of those things where it's,
because it's like I don't know enough about it, you know. So I don't know if that's something that like, you know, she can like kind of keep under control, where it's like they can get it together. But it's definitely a bit of a concern moving forward, because it's like obviously she knew about this leading into this fight and they thought they had it under control to do this, and this happened. So I don't know what changes could be made.
That is definitely somewhere, if it's like, if cutting weight and just going through that is ultimately like it can lead to a fucking potential of like, where she's fucking seizing up, like, because bro, that's the fucking what if she didn't fucking seize up right before the fight? What if she fucking walked out there and fucking Aaron took her down and started fucking elbowing her in the fucking head, and then that shit fucking happened mid-fight?
Yeah.
What a different fucking Sunday morning it is, and Sunday day of fucking talking about, like,
and that's why people need to like not give her shit, because bro, I'd so much rather them catch it beforehand than anything happen like that there.
Yeah.
Because then it's just even when like it comes down to like a seizure and just like whatever happens with your brain and everything, it's like, you don't want to do that in front of everybody, you know? Like, I know it's the Apex, it's not a huge crowd, all these like flashing lights and like the craziest it could have been, but it's like, just,
like, imagine, like, because it's one of those things where it's like, like even with fucking literally like fucking Bryce getting knocked out, it's like, imagine literally having a moment on like live on TV where like whatever like fucking like afterwards or like before, like whatever the circumstances may be, that there could be like real life threatening fucking implications from it, and you're just memed by the world for it. Like, like, you know what I mean? It's like, bro. So like anyone to like fucking be saying some shit to me, it's like that's the shit that you should fucking think about, is what if she fucking went out there and that shit fucking actually happened mid fucking fight? Like, what are the consequences of that? You know what I mean? It's that's where it's like, it's so casual of just watching people get knocked out like weekend after weekend and everyone's fine and it's never a thing. But it's like, that's where when you have fighters talk about that, it's like, you're fucking fighting for your life in there. Like, this is fucking life and death. Like, people think that it's like exaggerated and stuff, but it really fucking is, man. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
So So it's like, obviously, like for both of them moving forward, it's like Macy just hope that everything
she's good,
is
bro. Like
good. She can like, and that's where it's like at the end of the day, it's like, obviously as a fighter, you want to hope that like everything can be okay to where she can fight again. But it's like at the end of the day, that doesn't matter. Hope just she is okay as a person and in her life, and everything is just good for her moving
right
forward.
Like I hope she's healthy, and like if she does have to hang it up, I hope she can accept that like happily and like accept her health over her career, you know what I mean?
And
like I know that's hard for people, like I like, you know, so I just really hope the best for her in all aspects, and if she doesn't have to give it up, good for her. I'm not like wishing that on her, you know what I mean? Like,
I know, like that shit, it's because it's like even with just like the things of leading into it of like, you know, just talking the shit of like, you know, wanting Aaron to win and stuff, it's like just thinking about it like from a personal perspective, it's like, bro, like she literally as like a fucking 18-year-old 19-year-old kid had a fucking clock, a countdown clock on her phone of I'm gonna be the youngest fucking UFC champ. This is the time I fucking have to do it. And to possibly 4 years after missing the mark, having to possibly hang it up because of life-threatening things, and you're like, people talk about your primes like, oh, 29 to 32, 2 years away from even potentially being in your prime. And yeah, man, it's fucking, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But then on the flip side, with Aaron Blanchfield, obviously, like, you know, saying of not wanting to run back this fight, and I'm sure that Macy's going to need more time off than what Aaron is going to need to when she's going to want to be back. She wants a fight in the top 5.
Only one makes sense.
Well, there are, I mean, depending on how things go, and it's one of those things, because they had Valentina in the crowd waiting for that main event to happen. That already tells me right away that they're not instantly looking at Natalia Silva as the next person in line to fight for the title. And part of me is kind of like, I wonder if that's even Valentina just being like, I'm trying to get these title defenses in, and the winner of this fight is a much more winnable fight.
You want to know what's funny? You want to know what I took from her being there? Like, I just thought that maybe she was in the area, like, yeah, fuck it, I'll come watch it. And they were just trying to hype up the fight on some, like, yo, champ's in the house. Like, she's eyeing this fight. You should too. I just took it as that's to fair. Be honest.
That's very fair. But it's like, yeah, she has 2 fresh matchups in the top 5. It's either number 3 rank Alexa Grasso coming off of her loss to Natalia Silva, or Natalia Silva, number 1 ranked, who, like, yeah, should be fighting for the title.
What is she, 7-0 in the UFC now? Multiple, like, top 15 wins at this point.
Wins over multiple former champs at this point. It's like, yeah, she has easily put together the resume and everything that deserves the ranking of number 1 in the division. It's one of those things where I know Aaron's going to just be winning that Natalia Silva fight, because that's going to be the easy number 1 contender for the title fight.
But Alexa Grasso is such a better fight for her.
Yeah, yes. Man. Yeah.
Especially since we didn't get this fight, because we've been talking about it, where it's like, I know her one loss in the UFC is to Manon Fiorot, but in the Tyler Santos one and the Rose one, we saw her struggle with striking, but she can get through it because she's tough and she has crazy pressure and she has the cardio, especially against Rose, to go 5. So it's like, you know, she can put on that like wrestling pace. So even if she doesn't have the greatest takedowns and like she's not finishing them, she's doing enough, especially in the back end, to win the end of the fights.
Yeah.
That's not good enough for Natalia Silva. Natalia Silva's footwork is going to give her all sorts of problems, and she's just going to be it's just going to be touch and go the whole time. I think that's how I see that fight going. And so with this Macy one, I was very excited to see where she might have grown from her Manon fight, from her Rose fight, you know, and what changes she's made, how she looks. And not getting that, I don't want to see her in the Natalia fight, because now I'm just seeing the last performances from her.
Yes.
Alexa Grasso would be so much better. Like,
bro, you know how sad it'd be as an Aaron to, like, after that Manon Fiorot performance and be like, holy shit, this is your, like, flaw and you need to fix that right away. And then also being like, damn, like, obviously other than Valentino, like, you know, at that point, like, as the, like, champ, whatever, you know, or, like, in the fights, it's like Rose and Natalia Silva are going to be her hardest matchups, like, and she has to fix this. And then her next 2 fights are just Rose and Natalia Silva. It's like, yeah, she got the win over Rose, but like, yeah, it was just because like Rose is not meant for 125, man. Like, that is like anywhere near close to prime Rose, and that is such an easy 50-45 win for her in that fight. Like that, and like as a Rose fan, that's fucking incredibly sad to see, you know. But like, yeah, she needs that Alexa Grasso fight.
Yeah.
Also, Blanchfield manager Oren Hodek does confirm to MMA Fighting that she is going to be paid her show and win money.
Bless you. And very nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. very deservedly so. So yeah, we'll see what when she ends up coming back, when she wants to who she ends up fighting. But yeah, definitely as a fan, want to see her fight Alexa Grasso. Just easily the better matchup for her. But I guess we could finally get into what happened last night in the Apex. There's
nothing.
Nothing. We were given it the most of that we were the most that we could of fucking hype and everything in the lead up to it. And every single thing basically that we were excited for just went bad.
Yeah.
What ended up being the main event, the Gamrot and Ludovic Klein, that was just kind of sad to see of oh yeah, okay, there's the Ludovic Klein, 91% takedown defense going into it. It doesn't mean shit when you're not fighting actually great grapplers in a 155 division and you fight one of the best wrestlers in the top 10. So Gamrot won a UD, pretty dominant, and just
not the most entertaining by any means.
Yeah.
A lot of control time, a lot of little pop shots, It did a little bit more in the third round, but it was just
not fun.
It just, and that's where it just fucking extra sucks too, because it's Ludovic on a nice streak and everything, and just okay, if he can, even if it was even if he took a loss, but it was a fucking war and it was a great fight or something, he could at least have something to be okay, well maybe you just actually get a fucking number 13 ranked guy or something, you know what I mean?
Right.
But it was just such a just dominant thing where it's bro, it obviously someone like Grant Dawson, it's obviously Ludovic could land the shot, knock him out, but it's bro, he probably just gets wrecked all easily by him.
Yeah. And Grant is pretty vicious when he gets people on the ground too. He's actually going to try to go for the finish. So he might even get himself out of, or end up out of there if he fought a Grant Dawson. It really kind of was damn.
Oh yeah.
Because it's so go.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it's he had Gamrot went 6 for 11 on takedown, so it's obviously Ludovic was able to stuff some of them, but it's it was just one of those things where he didn't have the wrestling Armin or a Benny where it's okay, I can stuff it, roll, get out, you know what I mean? Just easily transition through a better position, or how Dan Hooker did it real good. Oh, you're on a fucking takedown, I'm grabbing the neck, and then just forcing Gamrot to panic. Just completely bail from the situation and then just drag him into a war. You know what I mean?
The only time he did that was towards the middle of the third round, if I remember correctly, because the other two rounds, 306 control time for Gamrot, 405, spending almost a majority of both rounds on his back, just staying down and controlled. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So yep, Gamrot keeps his spot in the top 10. Says that he's down to fight anyone.
I've seen him call out Benoit.
Yeah, I guess there's some sort of fucking.
He called out Benoit. He called out Patty.
Because with Benoit, it was that Gamrot wanted to fight him when his opponent pulled out, and they gave him that guy Kyle or whatever, and he was just oh, that was Benoit's fault, and Benoit was bro, this is just what they did, so after he won that, I remember Benoit being all right, I'll fight you, Gamrot, we can finish this, and so Gamrot was all right, Benoit.
Gamrot fucks him up, I'm not gonna lie.
Honestly, I was just kind of thinking that I feel that's the perfect fight for both of them, because I feel both of them can easily exploit their flaws.
Yeah, I agree.
And I'm really not sure, because Gamrot easily could fuck him up. He's definitely the higher caliber fighter. But the things that, because Benoit is going to jump on shit, he is going to just throw crazy shots.
He's going to throw some darts and guillotine attempts in there, yeah.
That's the fight for both of them next,
is honestly. Benoit because southpaw?
I want to say I think so, but I'm not entirely sure, because it's I know he after his last win he was calling her fucking Gaethje and fucking it was Dan Hooker. It was bro,
he is a southpaw.
Okay, I thought so. Perfect.
Yep.
This is perfect. Line it up.
Mateusz
Gamrot versus Benoit Saint-Denis main event in Paris or some shit. That's probably the timeline that would work out.
Hey, that'd be perfect too. You'd have a Frenchman and another European headline Paris.
Yep, perfect. Yeah, that is the best. I would love that. And then Ludovic, I don't know.
Take a small step back.
back to the old grind at 155. You know what I mean? I feel like that's just really what it is. 3 more wins in a row, and then he gets a top 15 opponent again.
Yeah.
It just this was just such an underwhelming performance. I don't know how quick they're gonna go to like give him someone, unless it's gonna be like a fucking Benoit or something. You know what I mean? Just somebody that it's just gonna be like a striking fight or something that's towards the back end. I don't know, but
I like him versus Nasrat.
Yeah, sure.
That is a war. I feel like
because I feel like that's also because it's like
Nasrat's on like a 5-5 winning streak.
I'm just trying to think of also like because it's like the best like he hasn't fought any real good wrestlers other than Gamrot, and it's like obviously Nasrat isn't like some super high level guy, but easily a solid top 20 guy, and he does have grappling, so it's like that's a good
much better step back. Yeah,
for sure. So we'll see what they end up doing with them. Ramiz Brahimaj versus Billy Ray Goff has got a first round guillotine choke over him.
Yes,
him to sleep.
I was gonna say this fight at least delivered the way that they should.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that was very nice. It was pretty vicious. Put him unconscious.
Yeah.
We had 2 submissions on the card, and both of them got put to sleep. So that was very nice. Both of them got $50,000. So Ramiz being the first one, which was the new co-main event. Dustin Jacoby versus Bruno Lopes. I was very happy to see my boy Dustin get that knockout. Let's go.
Yeah.
It was a good knockout.
Yes.
Yeah, it was crazy watching him stun Bruno and kind of like put him to a knee for a second off the jab, and Bruno was done after that.
Yep.
Not done, obviously, but he was looking to be done out of there soon.
Yeah. I think that proves that Glory Kickboxing is better than K1 Kickboxing. So, because I just thought that was funny that they're just like, oh, Bruno's last fight he fought a K1 Kickboxer or whatever, and he got like the decision win, and then good old Dustin went out there, got that first round finish. Let's go.
Yeah.
But it's just I always just love watching Dustin Jacoby fight. I will never not be excited whenever he's fighting. It's like fun. He's got 2 good wins in a row now, you know what I mean? But I don't know what they do with him.
Yeah.
Personally, loser of Bogdan versus Nikita Krylov. I think that's a solid fight.
I don't mind
It's a very hard matchup either way, but try and get him back in, you know?
Yeah, I don't mind that. He hasn't fought Bukauskas yet, has he?
Oh, God, you want to do that to Modestus?
He has not fought him.
I feel like winning streak. I don't know. I'm still not back in on Modestus yet, being in the UFC. Honestly, I still got my worries about him, but I feel like Dustin just fucking.
Why? He's only been knocked out 4 times. One of them was like his knee getting broken open. You just want a split decision over Iwan Cutelaba?
It's just really funny how years people are just like, John Jones a dirty fighter. Think about like the damage you could do with that oblique kick to the knee, and then here comes Khalil fucking stomping his shit.
Oh, none of us should be laughing hard. What the fuck?
Bro, that was such a wild fuck. Like, that was the most vicious kick I've ever seen. Like, oh my God. Oh, yeah. I don't even remember. Dustin. No, don't give fucking Dustin Modestus Bukauskas. You don't do that.
Yeah, that's not.
He's too good of a striker, man. Like, that's no.
Fine. Min Yang Zhang, final offer.
Oh fuck! Oh God!
Who did he just say?
Min Yang Zhang. He knocked out my boy, honestly, but I'm down for that. That's gonna be oh my. Yeah, sure. That's gonna be wild.
I mean, he has to knock him out in the first round. If he doesn't,
that would be great. But yeah, so that was the good stuff of the main card. The rest was just disappointment, honestly. Going to the second weight miss of the card. Ketlen Vieira, just I don't know what in the fuck happened.
Yeah.
But I know Macy said that she was ready to fucking make weight and everything, and then
she posted a picture to her story, and you know, it was like hours before weigh-ins, and she was at like 138. She was like, "We're ready to do this," you know, like so. She was ready.
And then Ketlen's just like, "I guess I need featherweight," and so Ketlen weighs in 146. Macy weighed in 144. And because I thought in the fight that Ketlen looked noticeably thicker than her, like that was easily apparent. And Macy, just every shot that Ketlen landed was just like damaging her. Like it was just very rough fight for Macy. And she just didn't have shit for her. Like when it got taken down too, and just didn't have anything. Like it.
Yeah, she got controlled for majority of rounds 2 and 3, 4 minutes and 47 seconds, and then 4 minutes and 13 seconds. Like this was like the real disappointer for me, because I was super excited for this. Macy is generally a very exciting fighter. Her striking is very good. I wonder how much the weight miss might have affected it at all.
Bro, you had her making almost the limit and then having to rehydrate up to a fighter that didn't cut down that far.
No, exactly. So like, I just feel bad because it obviously, like, you could just see how much it affected it, how much stronger and just bigger Ketlen was in there, and it sucks because it brought Macy into a boring fight, and she's not usually in those.
No,
So I blame Ketlen. I'm not mad at Macy.
Oh yeah, the one thing that I am like a bit mad at, it's like, because obviously at the end of the fight of just like, given like the effort of just like trying to go, it's just like,
that was the one thing, because it's like, if you would have started out a bit more aggressive like that, you probably could have done something. Those last 12 seconds were fun. But
because that's where it's always like, obviously you can't control what your opponent does, but you can always control what you do. And so it did just even seem like with everything, it's just like, because even like at points, it's like she's on the bottom and she's like, okay, frame off elbow, trying. It's like, bro, get up. Like that's where the effort has to go into, you know what I mean? And so just extremely frustrating fight, and just overall not fun at all. And then somehow Zach Reese and Dusko went to a decision, so I'm just baffled at that, honestly.
That was not a
and with it going to a decision that's what I was just going to say, that if we were going to get a decision between these two guys, I thought it would have at least been some type of war, you know?
Yep.
Like, I thought they would have been really going for it, and it was...
It's like they both been knocked out, they both get knockouts, like somebody's going to sleep. Like, what are we missing here?
What are we doing?
Especially Dusko.
I know, man. Oh, my God. What happened, UFC? Go back, UFC.
No fucking Jesus.
Like, prior to this fight, they both had a total of 3 decisions on their record.
Oh my God.
Zach Reese had 1 decision win, and Dusko had 1 decision win, 1 decision loss. That's it.
See, Ginger, and that's the problem. You said no forget Jesus. That's actually the problem. It's the fact that they brought Jesus into the company, and they're fucking Republican once, and that's what's ruining it. It's ruining all the fun. You bring Jesus into everyone's life, and no one has fun anymore, right? Amen, brother.
The irony of saying that and then just going, amen, brother.
That's the point. That's the main card. And then we had a 4-fight prelim.
Which I guess, since it was only 4 fights and 2 of them were okay, it was 50% okay, right?
That's
I mean, if 50% of it was...
Actually, it was like 75% okay. I'm being disrespectful because of my feelings towards the cards overall. Because, like, at the top, Allan, Nascimento, and Jafel Filho, that's the one I'm disappointed in. Because I expected somebody to be able to get the sub, and if not, I thought that they would at least be just, like, your typical fun flyweight scrambles, you know?
Yeah.
But it wasn't that at all. Somebody got on top, and they had just the dominance to not let them move. But neither of them committed enough to getting the subs when they both could have gotten them at separate times.
Yes.
Like, Jafel Filho definitely could have wrapped something up in the first round if he just committed a little harder. And Allan Nascimento in the first round,
like, he had like the 1-arm guillotine, and he just like didn't like commit to it.
Mounted 1-arm guillotine.
And and then kind of just let him slip out and like let go. You know, it was just like, oh, okay. And then Nascimento just never going for like the arm triangle and like really trying to get it. It's just like, bro, what are we doing here? So that wasn't fun. and that was disappointing.
Yep.
But the first 3 were not bad.
Yeah.
They just didn't mean shit, so it sucks.
Yeah. Like Jordan Leavitt just ripped through Kurt Holobaugh. Like that was awesome to see for Jordan Leavitt. Yeah, put him to sleep, like I said earlier. It's like, I definitely thought that Jordan was going to go out there, get the sub, but I just didn't think it was going to be that fast. A minute 39 into the first round, unconscious, crazy.
A minute 39, and Jordan Leavitt went 3 of 4 on takedowns.
It's dominant, crazy. Just
insanity.
That was awesome. Got himself $50,000, and then the opener, that was definitely got fight of the night, easily the best fight of the night. And that's what it's like, it's one of those things when the opener of the fucking entire card between 2 0-2 fighters in the UFC, they get fight of the night, and that's the best fight on the card. Something went wrong.
Yep.
But they did put on a war.
They did.
They were slugging it out.
Considering that Dos Santos, Dos Santos threw 225 significant strikes and at least threw 352 significant strikes.
Crazy pace. But it just
and when it comes to the control time, 30 seconds in total for Dos Santos, 32 seconds in total for Ardelean. Like they were not. It was just
not a lot of.
Like Dos Santos went 1 for 6 on takedowns, but she didn't really commit to her takedowns. So it was just like a quick I'm gonna mix it up, but we're just back to it was fun.
And just to bring it up, Oki and Aswell both throwing over 300 significant strikes, 303 to 309. Landing at a 38%, 44% clip, not the highest clip, but
it's just one of those things. Just both fighters that missed weight on the card that fought both won their fights. So that's another thing too. And
no undefeated fighters on this card.
Yep, nothing with that. Me and Ginger tied for first place on Tapology, so that's something.
I don't even care that I lost Tapology this week. Sure, take it.
Yep, it's
you guys won a cursed card. Yep. +1 curse to each of you.
Hooray! Curse gives you more power though, so I'll take it. But normally we'll do the fight news on the previews, but we're going to do it on the review, even though we definitely went much longer so far than we ever thought we were going to by this point, for sure.
We haven't even been recording for a whole hour yet. I know there's at least 20 minutes of fluff before this.
I thought that it was going to take about 10 minutes to go to the fight.
Be fair.
But so let's get into the fight news that we got. Nothing too crazy, but we do got some good stuff going on.
Yes.
UFC 317, motherfucking T-Rex is back, taking on Slava Claus. I think everybody knows the result. Somebody is getting finished. There's just no ways that T-Rex is killing.
The thing is that Slava has still only been subbed once and never knocked out. So I am curious, I kind of I saw this and immediately I was like, yeah, T-Rex fight. And then I was like, wait, him against Slava though, this almost feels like a guaranteed T-Rex gets knocked out fight.
It's very possible.
Unless T-Rex can hurt him, because he obviously has the power as a kill or be killed guy. And maybe even if he just hurts him and then hops onto a sub instead and ends up subbing him out of there.
Because he definitely can hop the back forever in
100%. Super live. But I'm still just worried for my boy.
And to be fair, Chase Hooper has hurt him on the feet. Tom Nolan hurt him on the feet. Mahashete hurt him on the feet. I feel like if he's able to, he can hurt him and then just get the ground and pound finish.
No, yeah.
And T-Rex is going to go for it. So it's if anyone can get him out of there with the strikes, it's going to be him.
Yeah, you know what? He's going to do it. I believe.
Yeah, that's going to be a fucking crazy fight. I cannot wait for it. I hate this next fight so much. UFC 319. I got a head-to-head matchup on my draft with myself. My boy.
Oh yeah, now I won't be the only one.
My boy Tim Elliott. He is finally back. And for some goddamn reason, why did Kai Asakura have to go from Pantoja to my
Tim
boy?
Elliott?
Tim Elliott, man, come on. Like, at that point, they might as well have just brought Zalgazumagulov back to get fucking beaten by Kai and then just cut him right away just for that, you know? Like, what are we doing here?
It's fine. Do you think Kai can knock out Tim Elliott?
Yes.
Name one person who's knocked him out.
I don't think he's been knocked out very often, if ever, but
one time in 2009.
Brother.
Start of his career.
Brother. What? What? I don't give
Okay, hold on, wait, because am I fucking up by remembering it like this, that a lot of Kai Asakura's finishes are with knees to grounded opponents? Or like he'd be using that a lot?
Well, like a lot of times he lands a shot that hurts them and then he follows it up with that for sure.
Okay.
But anyone in the world that's not named Pantoja, their head gets fucking decapitated from the knee that he landed on him in that fight. Like,
that's so true.
Okay, and also to be fair, the last 2 wins for Kai are knees to the body.
Okay.
Yeah, like
knees to body, ground and pound. Well, this one would be illegal. Right straight into soccer kick. That's
what I mean. I'm pretty sure a couple it's like, he lands something and then follows it up.
Grounded knee.
Bruh, he's sleeping Tim in the first.
And not only that, but he's got 3 subs on his record as well. I doubt he does that to Tim, but it'd be one of those things where he hurts him, Tim goes for like a takedown, then you wrap something up type deal.
I just don't think that you guys know I am gonna be the one to defend Tim Elliott to the death on any single fight and say how he can win or whatever. I just legitimately do not see the path to victory.
Yeah,
I don't.
No, yeah. Well, I was saying this up for Kai,
but yeah, I know. I'm just like
It's hard to even see one, to be completely honest. Yeah,
I'm sad.
Hey, you'll go 1-1 that night,
bro. If Tim could get it done, I'm gonna be so happy. Let's go. We'll see what happens with that one. UFC 319. UFC Nashville, we got a couple fights July 12th for that one. Chris Curtis taking on Max Payne Griffin. Kind of surprising matchup, honestly. I don't know. I just feel like Chris Curtis always fighting, like, obviously at 185, like, top 15, like right around there, but still moving down. I'm just kind of surprised. It feels like a further step back than what they would normally give him.
Yeah. I wonder if it just has to do with the way that 170 is stacked, and Chris Curtis is 37 years old.
Very true.
So it's just like, you want to move down? All right, here's this guy. He's around this area, but they're not. I don't think they're looking to keep him in the picture, especially at 170.
Very fair.
Yeah,
it's like, I am just curious. Like, I wonder why he's moving down. This is his first time in UFC that he's going down to 170.
Because I know he's always talked about that, like he just doesn't want to like cut weight and stuff like that. But I know recently he's just like, these guys are just too big for me.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, shit, he wins against someone like Max Payne Griffin, someone who's older. I would love to see him. Like, in actuality, I think this would be a fun fight. Him versus D-Rod. That boxing style clash would be so interesting to see.
No, yeah, that would definitely be fun for sure. We'll see what happens with them. Jake Matthews taking on Chidi Njokuani at 170 pounds. That should just be a very fun striking fight. I'm sure Jake's probably going to try and shoot some takedowns, see if he can use that for a path to victory, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's trying to go out there and knock out Chidi, so we'll see what happens with that. It should be a fun one, though.
7-inch reach advantage for Chidi, goddamn.
Wild. Junior Tafa taking on Tuco Tokos.
I don't know.
205. Tafa finally getting that UFC fight at 205 pounds. Just more of a funny one to kind of bring up, honestly. Just see, it's the Tafa, bro. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens.
If he wins, I just feel like he doesn't get a lot more at 205. There are better grapplers at 205 than there are at heavyweight who are going to exploit
who he should fight if he wins?
Who?
Min Yang Zheng.
Sure.
Just
why not?
Okay.
We'll see what happens. Let's go. Another fight for Nashville.
He's also a former Glory kickboxer. Him versus Dustin Jacoby.
I would be down for that, honestly. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Francisco Prado, another fight at 170 pounds in the UFC, taking on Nikolai Veretennikov. So that's we'll see what happens with Prado, man. He might just be too young to be here right now. Honestly.
I really think he is, because he has gotten so beat up in his last 2 fights.
Yep.
Like, he's 22 years old, 1-3 in the UFC. And yeah, he hasn't gotten finished because he's tough as shit, but he's lost 3 rough decisions.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like, he's either getting people out of there basically in the first round. He has 1 third-round finish, 1 very early second-round finish at 34 seconds, you know? Oh, 2, sorry. But either way, you know what I mean? It's mainly first round and out of there, and it seems like he just drops off and has nothing, and then gets beat up over the next 2. Like, he's too young for this shit.
Yeah, it's super rough. It's just terrible for the development of his career and stuff. And so hopefully he could just get it done and just look good and just because then it's just one of those things too where it's like you're taking losses like that and you're going to be so focused on like, okay, I have to do these specific things to like try and win this specific fight instead of just overall skill development, just training in the gym, learning, getting better. And, you know, it's very rough. Another fight for UFC Nashville though. Motherfucking Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. He is back taking on our boy Gabriel Bonfim. I did not expect this matchmaking at all.
No.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit worried about Bonfim, not gonna lie. I really do not know if I just don't know if he is currently at the level right now in his career that is able to deal with the very obvious but difficult challenges of Wonderboy and what he brings to a fight. And I'm just super interested to see if he's able to pass that test and get himself into the top 15.
Yeah. I hope he can. And I'm not entirely counting him out because we really just have been seeing him improve, especially since his loss. I feel like against Angelusa, he didn't look that impressive, but it was him coming back and probably just okay, he's took his first loss in his career, lost his own, just being safe and maybe a little less confident, got it done, and then looked great against Chaos Williams. You know, his striking looked very improved. He ended up getting him out of there in the second round, which is normally what he does. So I wonder if, you know, with him just clearly improving on his game, and with Wonderboy being 42 years old and having a predictable style while annoying, if he'll be able to figure it out or not, you know?
Yeah.
And
if he does, is he going to be able to get the finish over him? Specifically sub. I know the only person to do that was Shavkat, but it's I feel like that might show where his grappling really is with Bonfim, you know, because if you can get that done over him and then actually get the sub, it's okay, you with your 17 wins and 13 of them being subs, it's not just, you know what I mean? It's,
true high level grappling.
Yes.
Also, looking at this Nashville card, they're we put a heavyweight fight in the main event. All right, featherweight co-main event, then welterweight.
Is it really like that?
Yes. On the main card, it's Derek Lewis, Teixeira in the main event, Cavalcator, Steve Garcia, Jake Matthews, Cheaty, Chris Curtis, Max Griffin, Stephen Thompson versus Gabriel Bonfim.
That's funny.
Nice.
And then opening the card is Kennedy and Zechko versus Walter Walker.
Nice. Which, another fight that I have to announce, but that should be a fun fight at heavyweight, so I'm excited for that one, honestly. It's going to be wacky.
It is going to be wacky.
Fun, you know? I love that shit. Moving on, though, from UFC Nashville, we got UFC 318. Michael Johnson taking on Daniel Zellhuber. War. Great fight.
Yeah.
That's going to be a banger.
That is a banger. Someone's getting finished.
Yeah. I have, very, very confident in that for sure. Just should be a whole lot of good fun on that one. Let's go. Chaos Williams taking on Andreas Gustafsson, UFC 316. Who is Chaos Williams supposed to be?
Trevin Giles, but Trevin Giles was the guy filling in. Who was it supposed to be? Oh, Jeremiah Weld.
Yeah, this is for Gustafsson. It was Trevor Giles, then Wells, then Trevor Giles. Chaos, it was supposed to be Uros Medic, and then Albert Padevsaya?
Some debuter.
Yeah. And even then, coming in for your debut against someone who has who has as much power as Chaos, and it has had 9 fights in the UFC. Pretty high level competition.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah, for sure. We'll see. It's just funny. One of those things match them up together, and just both of them are each other's third opponent that they were supposed to fight. So
yeah,
we'll see how that one plays out. UFC Shanghai, August 23rd. Loner Kavanaugh versus Charles Johnson at 125 pounds. Big step up for Loner. I do not know how that one goes for him.
I don't know how it goes, and it's like you said, that is just a huge step up for Loner Kavanaugh.
Right, because he's 2-0 in the UFC against Jose Ochoa. I don't know who that is, and then Felipe Dos Santos.
Yeah,
and then into Charles Johnson, who it's like, yeah, he doesn't have the greatest record in the UFC, but he has more fights in the UFC than Loner has overall in his professional career. Like,
how many does he have again?
Who, Charles?
Yeah.
He's 6-5 in the UFC, and nice. Loner is 9-0.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like he's just fought so many good fighters too. He's had some real solid wins, some great performances. Like Charles is just a fucking great fighter, man. Just the back end of like the top 15, top 20. You know what I mean? Like, it's like
gonna be a rough one.
Oh my god, yeah, and he's 5 inches taller. Only has a 3-inch reach advantage though.
Yeah, that's a lot together.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, this is gonna be so rough.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I know we were talking about a little bit before, and just like you were saying, Kate, of like, you know, if just Loner being the shorter guy, being able to just get in there, get some grapple and go and get his hands on him, you know what I mean? Then like that's like, I feel like that's going to be the only path to victory too. Okay. It's like,
yeah, like he's going to have to stay out of the way, like stay as safe as he can. He might have to eat a couple punches to get in, but it's like, he has to stay as safe as possible. And the thing is, he definitely took a lot of damage in like his last fight. Like he went to a war with Felipe for no fucking reason, you know? So it's like, that's where I'm just worried. Now, Felipe might technically have better grappling than Charles. So it's like, if Loner can get in there and get him down, he might be able to do something, win a decision if he can keep doing it. Cause it always starts on the feet, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like, Charles can definitely have some devastating striking.
For sure.
Like,
for sure.
And it's not always predictable, and it's not always just simple. Like
super slick striker. Like, so yeah, that should be a fun one though, for as long as it lasts, or just however that one plays out. Let's go. Mayra Bueno Silva back up at 135 pounds. Just no idea what it's so crazy how fighters' careers go and change so fast. But yeah, she is taking on Jocelyn Edwards, Apex August 9th. What fucking year and a half ago or 2 years ago or whatever it was, just what was that started? Yeah,
January 24
or 24 for the.
Yep. Because it was on the Strickland and the Duplessis card.
Yeah, hard to remember all. But crazy. Just a year and a half ago fighting for the title, and now it's like, oh well, I'm going down a weight class, and it's like, okay, you're fighting back end of the top 15, and it's like, oh shit, I lost, and it's like, well, back up, and it's like a just very far back fight. Yeah, crazy. Yeah. But overall, definitely better for her and her development to just see where she's actually at and just what she can do in the division. So just hopefully she can go through a nice little rebuilding phase, because she's like 33 or something, I think, right? Mayra Bueno Silva,
something like that.
I think she's like, not too old, but definitely not like on the younger side. So we'll see what goes on there.
33, yeah, she's going to be 34 in August.
Gotcha. Okay. So probably it's right after they fight her, by the time they fight So yeah, we'll see how that one goes for her. Last fight to bring up, Karine Silva, our girl, taking on JJ Aldrich, UFC 319. Great step back for her.
Yes.
Like that. But we gotta see.
I think she should be able to get it done. I really do. But I do think how she looks in the fight and how she gets it done is really going to show if she's ever going to actually get up into the top 15 for real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because she fought, just a couple people prior to getting her shot against Irene De Silva. And she won, but not impressively. And then losing to Viviane. It just didn't look good there at all. It's like, okay, those are kind of the two tests on like actually moving into the top 10. Barely passed one, definitely didn't pass the other. So great reset. But like JJ Aldrich is very solid in the UFC. 10-6, you know, she's been around for 9 years, like, but she's not top 15 material. So like, I don't know. I feel like if she doesn't look impressive against her, she's probably just going to be a back end of the top 15 for a while.
No, yeah. Because one thing I want to just look to, it's like, yeah, like you said, 6 losses, 4 of them are decisions. She has 1 submission loss, 1 TKO loss. Submission coming to Aaron Blanchfield, the TKO coming to Macy Barber. It's like
That's funny.
Yeah. It's just like, I really feel like she needs to go out there. She needs to get the takedowns, dominate with the grappling, and really be able to show off her skill set in order to have some, like, just hype for, like, just a near future of, like, her getting back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, if she can, she definitely still has to just cook for a bit on trying to get better.
For sure.
But let's go. That is all of the fights to announce, everything to talk about for this episode of the podcast. I hope everyone enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will catch you previewing motherfucking UFC 316.
Yeah.
316? 316. Maraberto.
Not yet.
Sugar Shane. Let's go. Peace out, everyone.